Hi folks, we're out today for another walk in the woods, scouting out locations for winter camping, something that we can easily get our sleds into. It has a large enough flat area for our winter hot tent. We're hoping that it gets cold enough to freeze up soon so that we can actually come out and do some winter camping, but unfortunately we have some water crossings in order to get into the area that we want to camp in, and it hasn't been cold enough to fully freeze up those spots. So we're just out scouting out some new locations for the time being. Walking through the woods. Here's something I've never seen before. Deer tracks, and where a deer has obviously sat down. Huh. Oh, I think there's marks of another one sitting down up here. Yep. Yeah, they might have bedded down there for the night or something. Interesting. Hi folks, we're out for another hot tent camping trip. We are on Crown land, which in Canada is land designated free for use pretty much for all Canadians. So it's wonderful. We have very large tracts of Crown land near where we live, and so we can get out and enjoy it. And we're out here for a couple nights for hot tent camping. And so yeah, it's not a very bright day. The weather the next couple days isn't going to be too cold, about -12 to -15 Celsius at night, which isn't too bad. And then I think it was around -1 Celsius during the day today, which is quite nice. It's the beginning of March. And so yeah, we've got a bit of an overcast day, and hopefully the sun will come out tomorrow, but we'll see. We've got lots of good food packed, and yeah, we hope to have a lot of fun out here in the bush. We are near a railway track, so you'll probably hear some trains in the background every so often. Let me show you around. Mozzie, are you helping to pack down our camping spot? That's a good girl. Yeah. We're going camping? Good dog. There's our camping spot all flattened out for the night. So Mozzie's waiting for the tent to go up. And we're just going to pull the sleds up here. We're on a kind of a rocky outcropping here, overlooking a bit of a pond. Okay, time to put up the tent. There, floor, done. wing nuts. Time for the wing nuts. Pine needles here. Woodman just came with a delivery. Oh my goodness, look at all the wood. Way to go, honey. Good job.
Hey.
Hi folks, we've got the tent all set up, and my husband's got a big pile of wood cut for the night, and so we should be all set. It was a little bit further travel in today than what we've done the last couple trips, so it was a little bit longer of a slog for us, but we've got everything situated now for the night, and yeah, so time to start cooking soon. It smells very piney in here. Gotta burn what you've got.
I'm gonna pass you the stuff in.
Well, just a minute, I'm just about to light the fire.
Okay.
I'm just about to light the fire. Okay. And we'll see if that will take off. Okay, you've got some more wood for us? Okay, Mozzie, why don't we move you a little warmer, or a little closer to the fire so you can get warm? Oh, you're all nice and warm. You're all nice and warm. Coffee pack? Is your food in your pack? Yes, it is. There you go. Hold on. Oh, over here. Over here. And there's the main spot by the fire. There you go. You sit. Good dog. Yeah, good girl. Give me 5. That's a good girl. Yeah. Okay. Mozzie's getting all nice and warm by the fire, aren't you? That's a good girl. Got the fire going. And a big pile of wood for the night. Now I can show you around outside. So we're in a section of forest that is largely pine. We are on a kind of a rocky hillside here. A lot of rock in this area. It's almost a part of Canada where the Canadian Shield starts. If you're familiar with that, it's geologically a very large tract of exposed rock that formed during the Ice Age. We call the Canadian Shield. So more or less kind of the starting point of it in this area. So we have large areas of open rock, which right now it's covered with snow, but in the summer is quite pretty. So we've got the tent all set up here, and we're just overlooking a pond on the side of this this rocky hillside here. We'll explore the pond more tomorrow. I see over in the distance there, I think there's a dam, but you can see a lot of animal tracks coming down over that little rocky hillside over there. So I wonder if it's not animals getting water from the dam. So maybe we'll go check that out tomorrow. We've already been hard at work. My husband has cutting wood. There's a fallen tree over here he's been using as a sawhorse, so that's been convenient. And yeah, largely a lot of pine, so we've got a decent supply of firewood, but probably burn pretty fast tonight, but that's okay, as long as you've got lots and you're willing to feed it. But very pretty little spot back in here. Ooh, snow's a little bit deep down here. Cool. Let's go check out Home Sweet Home. I've got my cot and sleeping bag all set up, ready to go. There's Mozzie, my husband. She's getting warm by the fire. There's the stove all set up. We've got a water tank. We've been melting snow in the oven. And look at all that firewood for tonight. Well, we've got the fire going, all nice and warm in the tent, and so we're going to have one of my husband's favorites for winter hot tent camping, which is messy lasagna. It's just a one-pot meal. So I'll be making that shortly, but I thought I'd try something. We've got our oven out with us, our pipe oven, and so I'm going to try to make Irish soda bread. So I've got my recipe I wrote out at home, and so the first step is just to mix some lemon juice and milk until it curdles, and then I've mixed up everything else to bring with us, and so we'll see how that goes. So I'll mix it up and bake it in the oven, and then make the lasagna, and we can have the fresh baked bread to go with that later. Okay, we're going to mix up the Irish soda bread now. So I've let my milk and my lemon juice curdle. It did actually call for white vinegar, but because I have another recipe that calls for lemon juice will do the trick just as well. So that's all set to go. So I've got my flour mixture here. I'm going to pop that in my little mixing Tupperware bowl here. And to give myself a working surface, I just got some of these flexible cutting boards. I thought that would be a handy way to make a work surface. Okay. We're supposed to add this in 2 increments until just mixed. Always fun to get messy when you're cooking. Okay, and the rest. I have to rinse that out before I have my hot chocolate later. So I'm not adding any spices or herbs to my bread. I'm just going to make it plain this time. So it's definitely starting to look dough-like. Hopefully this will be nice and warm out of the oven to go with our lasagna. We can put some butter on it. That should be good. Okay, so we have to knead it a few times on a floured surface. Of course, when you're camping, you have to have a portable kitchen, so you have to think about all these things that you need before you leave the house. Of course, we could always just do, you know, dehydrated bag meals, which nothing wrong with that, but, you know, this is fun too. Okay, time to get messy. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, lose my work surface here. There we go. Now, always messy when you're working with dough. I'm just going to form that into a little ball. And we're going to get a sharp knife here. Make a little cross in the top. pop this in our pan. Just got a little foil pan here, lined with some parchment paper. And we're going to get this in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. So we'll see how that goes. That just looks cute as a button. Let's check on the bread. I think it's probably done. Let's go up here. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Well, the parchment paper obviously got burnt on the edges of the oven, but I see the bread looks pretty good. Let's see. Well, it sounds done. The bottom looks done. I'd say we're going to call it done. That turned out pretty good. Mozzie, you've had your kibbles and your water, your drink, and you went outside and you did your business. Is it time for a new toy? Oh, look, we got Mr. Turtle. Mr. Turtle has squeakers in him that you're not supposed to be able to pop, which you love to do like 2 seconds after you get a new squeaky toy. So we'll see if Mr. Turtle actually lives up to his claims. What do you think? You want to squeak, Mr. Turtle? You get him. He's got one in his head, and in his body, and in his neck. Good girl. Well, now that the soda bread's done, time to start putting together the messy lasagna. As long as Mozzie keeps her nose out of it, we'll be good. You play with your turtle, that's a good girl. I've got some ground beef. I cooked at home just to make things a little easier, so that's all ready to go in the pot. And lasagna noodles, just the oven ready ones. I find they cook a little faster making it this way, because it's really just a one pot meal, so just boiling everything together in one pot. And then I mixed up it's just diced canned tomatoes and some pasta sauce at home. So basically you just throw all that in the pot and add a bit of water to get the lasagna noodles to cook better. You don't want it too thick though. Obviously it's kind of like a runny lasagna. And then right when the lasagna noodles are done cooking, then I'm going to add some cream cheese and incorporate that to make it all nice and creamy, and some mozzarella cheese on top until that melts. So it makes a nice one-pot meal for out in the bush, and is a lot like lasagna, so we can enjoy that with our bread. And then I'm also going to do just some canned potatoes. I drain them at home, cut them in half, and I'm going to fry them up in the frying pan with some butter and oil. So it's just potatoes and pasta. It should be a good meal, and some bread. So nice and hearty after pulling the sleds into the bush and doing all the work to get set up and everything. Okay. That's how I can see how the lasagna is doing. Well, this is a slow boil. I'll give that a stir. Just added some more wood to the fire just to get the temperature up. When you're cooking like this on a wood stove, if you want higher temperature, you got to get your fire going hotter. Obviously, that makes sense. It's not as easy as at home when you want to turn the temperature up. You just turn the knob or push the button up. It's a little bit different when you're cooking on a wood stove. You got to control it by the amount of your fire and how much air it's getting. They're looking good. Good stuff. You sleeping with your turtle? Good girl. Okay. Now the potatoes coming. Good job. Okay. I know this doesn't look very appealing, but you know, when you're camping, you gotta try to conserve space, so I packed the cream cheese in a Ziploc bag. It worked. Get that stirred in. Creamy. Might be too much cheese. But is there ever too much cheese? I don't know. Okay. Put that back on the heat. Cover it for a minute. Let that melt. And we're ready to eat. There we go. Soda dough, or Irish soda dough bread turned out pretty good. We're just going to slather some butter on there. There you go. Gourmet meal in the bush. At least bush gourmet. Fried potatoes, messy lasagna, and homemade Irish soda bread. Time to eat. Bon appetit. Well, Mozzie, did you have a good day today? Huh? Is it time to go to bed? Maybe read a book? Play with your turtle? Chew on your bone? What do you think? Okay. Well, folks, just gonna sign off for the night. It's getting a little bit windy outside. Not too bad, just the odd little gust. It's supposed to get down to about -11 Celsius tonight, but that's okay. We're all nice and warm and snug in the tent here. So we might play some cards. Got a book to read, maybe some word search puzzles, something like that. When you're out camping, whether it's summer or winter, it's just nice to be able to pass the time. Just doing simple, quiet things is what we like. So just enjoying the nice, quiet nature and wilderness around you. We'll see what we can get up to tomorrow. We're going to have some bacon and eggs for breakfast, and then go for a little snowshoe, and of course cut some more firewood. That's the name of the game when you're winter hot tent camping. But we'll see what we can find tomorrow and get the dog out for some fun in the snow. So we'll see you in the morning. Matching socks. Mozzie, is it time for breakfast? Is it time for KIBBLES? Mozzie, the amazing spelling dog? Time for your kibbles? Okay, let's go get your kibbles out. Just right over there, Lori. Yes, they are. Okay, we'll go get breakfast. Okay. Good girl. Well, good morning. It is a cool but not too bad morning. It's about -5. It's supposed to warm up to about -1. That's Celsius here today, so that'll be quite nice for a winter day. We've just got up, fed the dog. I've had her out for a little walk in the forest. So we're going to make some breakfast now, some bacon and eggs and some hash browns, and then go see what we can see. That's a good girl. Good dog, Mozzie. Okay, I'd say the bacon's done. I'm just going to take it off and put it in some foil. Keep it warm until we've got the eggs ready. Looks good. Bacon close up. Hi, Mozzie. Are you comfortable? Are you enjoying camping? That's a good girl. Okay, time to get cracking. Uh-oh, shell. You want salt and pepper on your eggs this morning?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see if I can do it double-barreled here, salt and pepper at the same time. Good? Okay. See if the hash browns are done. I've had these in the oven while I've been cooking the bacon and eggs. Oh yeah. Yep, I'd say they're done. Ooh, steamy. Breakfast is served. Hash browns, eggs, and thick sliced bacon. Well, stay tuned for part 2. We're just getting ready to go out and do some chores and then go for a little explore. So stay tuned and hope you join us for the next day's adventure.